you for coming to Wilson Toyota. Let me find you a human.
Hey, human down there, you busy? We got somebody at the door.
We need some human assistance over here.
40. I know, but let's just say
20.
Okay, so 20.
Without a tip.
Round 1.
Ding, 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 ding in this corner. Lemon juice is toxic to your dog.
I didn't.
Did you know the lemon juice fell out of my fridge? And my dog, like, you know those little lemon squeeze things?
Yeah.
And my dog was like, like,
Yo, palms are sweaty, weak arms are heavy. There's no vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks. The crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. Slap back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Here, the rabbit, he choked.
what in the hell was that?
My palms actually are sweaty after that. Listen, practice makes perfect. I will work on it, and we will bring it up again at some point.
No. Welcome again to Midwest Mayhem. He is Chad Christensen.
What's up, y'all?
I am Tron Smith, and you know what? I always have fun. You know me. Like everything that I do, it's always a fun deal for me, and I'm just excited. So we had a little ice storm.
A little bit.
A little ice storm.
Just a
we
little
got
bit.
a little snow. We got a chance to get out there, move a little snow, do a little ice sled and things like that. I love it, man. I love it. I got no problem with it.
Hey, wait a minute. You love it, and I fell twice yesterday in the same spot on my back, hit my head on my.
Hey,
well, there is no bounce with this.
You can't dance and you can't walk on ice.
Come on, man.
It's the same
Come
thing.
on. Apparently, I can't sing either.
Well, no, 100% you can't sing. Not only can you not sing, you can't have the words in front of you and still say the right
I'll be
words.
honest, it hurt my eyes trying to read them.
You know what? It's music, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, music back then was a lot better music than what today. Listen, man, I have no idea what some of these songs are today. I try to, I listen, my son Trenton, he listens to all this new music.
All kinds of stuff.
You know what? It's crazy. So my oldest son, Junior, he's into music. So, I mean, he actually records and shoots videos. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Uh-oh.
I try to listen. It's not like the old school, the Run DMC, the Fat Boys.
Oh, yeah.
What you know about the Fat Boys?
Hey,
right?
come on now.
Old school, Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah. So let's hear something.
No.
What?
See, I'm not like you. I'm not gonna. You can't put me.
You're afraid. You're afraid to embarrass
afraid.
yourself. Come on. I know you're not afraid.
First of all, you know one thing about me.
Yeah.
I don't have feelings. I'm not afraid. I don't get nervous. I don't have any of that
you
stuff.
don't.
So it's not about that.
Yeah.
I'm just smart enough not to do something stupid live.
and I'm stupid enough to do all kinds of stuff
live. That's what makes you
live.
and I such a really good team.
I don't care.
Well, I think.
Hey, you know what though? I want to give you a little kudos because since I've started here, I learned something off of you, and I know you think that's shocking that I learned something off of you, but you are a glass full person all the time, and I love it because it feeds energy to other people, and you just feed off of it, and I love it. So thank you for being full all the time.
Well, I appreciate that. You know what? Here's the deal. One thing I learned this a long time ago as a kid. You can't get two negative batteries to touch each other, right? It's got to be one. You always got to have a positive and a negative. So if most of the world is negative, I decided I'm just going to be that positive torch. So I wake up every day and I'm just thankful that I'm here still. So I go out and say, man, let's go out and try to figure out a way to make a better place. So when I get here, man, I'm ready to go.
You are ready to go every day.
I'm a problem solver. I'm not. I don't need to sit and think about what this. I'm looking for solutions. I don't need to think about the problem.
Right.
Let's just get it done.
I just wish more people in the world would be like that because I think the world would be a much better place to be around when everybody's trying to make things happen instead of creating things to not make things happen.
What good does it do out of not making someone's day? What good does it? I mean, what do you gain by not making someone smile?
Right.
I mean, you think about in our business, in our industry, we get into this weird situation to where I believe we think that the customer owes us something, right?
Right, because they're here.
We get this, like they're doing us a favor by coming to our store.
Right.
And I think when we handle business, sometimes people have a tendency to conduct business that way. And they're like, hey, I'm not going to inconvenience myself for the customer. They're here. They need to buy a car from me. Well, they can buy a car wherever they want. I mean, to be honest with
That's
you.
right.
And I think our store has done a really good job, and it has everything to do with our leadership group and the salespeople and the organization as a whole as to who we are. You know, everyone around us is just the same way. I mean, we're all positive thinking people.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, you brought up, there's a few. There's a few.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. And then you brought up something the other day when you and I were talking about hot tubs, and it actually brought my attention to, is the money worth it, right? You brought up because of, and I'm not going to say names, but two people sitting in, you walk in and you go to a warehouse and they're like, which one do you want, right? And you're done. Or you go to a place where they ask questions, they engage, they get to know you, they come and hook things up, they make sure you're satisfied, they make sure you're happy. And I'm like, isn't that worth something?
You know,
Isn't it?
I always say that people will always pay for good customer service. I mean, I would pay more money. I would drive further to get treated the right way, and it all comes down to customer service, and that's what sales is. But you won't.
Doesn't
say
matter
names.
what you're in.
I'm going to say names. Okay.
You gonna go there?
My friends over at Des Moines Pool and Spa.
Right.
I'm telling you, this group of ladies are the most awesome people. I will never buy anything that has to do with a pool or a spa from anywhere else. When you walk in, they all say, and you know what? There can be 15 of them in there.
Right.
They will all speak to you. They'll stop and have a conversation. I mean,
I like it.
If you're looking for a pool or a spa, and we're not getting paid, this isn't a sponsor. I'm just telling you, from if you're looking for something like that, you need to go to. I want to say, I'm just going to see where they are. They're in Des Moines.
Yeah,
I'm
somewhere,
maybe like 14th or. You need to find Des Moines Pool and Spa.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable, man.
So they do it right.
You know what? It's customer service. Oh, it's customer service, and it's the same thing with our industry. When you have bad customer service, or you have salespeople, or you have even finance. I think you can probably get it a lot in finance too, where the finance person is, which I never understood. Man, we need to help people, right? We need to help our customers.
Right.
We got to stop thinking that they already know. Okay. I mean, this is what happens. We
So
believe
true.
that the consumer already understands. If they understood, they wouldn't be in the situation they're in. You know what I mean? They
Right.
wouldn't need you.
Right.
So when customers come in and they're trying to buy a car, it's our job to make sure that we assist, and understand that they're there because they need our help. So we need to make sure we do business that way. And that's from all levels. That finance person, the finance person in stores, if they're not out when a customer has questionable credit, if they're not out having a conversation.
Yeah, the conversation. Absolutely.
100%. How can I help you? Can I call your bank? Right? This is the one that always gets me. You get a customer, they come in. You can't get them financed. Now, keep in mind, I'm not calling no one out. I'm telling you, maybe I am. I don't care, right? You have 20 to 25 different banks and lenders.
Yes.
You can't get someone financed. They have to go back to their own bank. That bank or credit union or whatever, that financial institute, they're going to need some information from you. But the thing that always intrigued me was they're also going to do business with a questionable credit person. So why wouldn't I want to call them to build that relationship so when I get someone else that has questionable credit,
you can direct.
I can direct,
assist,
and send them and have another. And instead what we do is we say, well, just go to your bank and take care of it.
Right.
Instead of calling that lending institute and say, hey, here's the information that you need. Here's the correct paperwork. I want to help my customer. I want to help my customer through the process.
Right.
Instead, what happens is, well, they're not financing with me, so I'm not going to get paid, and I don't get a flat, so I'm not going to help them.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with our industry?
I'm out.
No, 100%. It's again, we talk about it all the time. The TV doesn't lie. Anytime you see a car salesperson on TV, it's a bad deal.
Yeah,
it's something we've created. We've created that.
Well, we're gonna fix it.
We're going to fix it one customer at a time. And that's what it's going to take. I always say, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Yeah. We're taking every customer that we get and we're giving them an unbelievable experience. And it is overboard. We've done a great job. I'm not saying we. Okay, I'm taking credit for it.
Yeah.
Riley has done a great job with our rebrand. With the we brand of as to who we are. And we have to do a really good job of making sure that people understand the brand and what it takes. That's how you're going to change the industry. You're going to have to change it.
What it takes and what it means.
Yeah, one customer at a time. Yep. Take care of people.
Yep.
Which brings me kind of to what I wanted to. We're in a very weird place right now.
We are in a very weird place right now.
I'll tell you this. So I've been at Wilson Toyota 19 years. I've been in the car business well over 20, right? If you would have told me 10 years ago that there would not be one new car on my lot, I probably would have got out of the business. I probably would have quit at that point.
It's tough.
Only because we were so accustomed to coming in, seeing cars.
Yeah, pick your color. Pick your color.
Pick your color, pick your
Let's
options.
go. Yep.
We're in a real weird market, a real weird place right now, just in the car industry. So I kind of want to go over, I'm just curious. I want to talk about what does that do for each individual? What does it do for the consumer? Right. How does the consumer handle it? How can we help them understand what's going on? How can we help the salespeople? What are they doing? What process do they have? The sales managers, what's their task? What are they dealing with in this weird, crazy market? And then the owners and the GMs. I mean, I really do. I want to have a conversation about where we are. Where are we? If you buy a car today, you're probably not going to take your car home today. You probably won't see it from anywhere from 3 months to maybe potentially over a year.
Yeah,
I mean that's the world we live in.
Could be, absolutely.
So as a consumer, how are they navigating?
Yeah. So as from the sales standpoint, when I have a conversation with someone.
No, we're talking consumers.
I know.
This
is to the consumer because this is the first thing I ask a consumer. Are we in a want or a need basis? Because it's a very easy question for them to answer, and it directs the whole path of what they can do, right? Somebody totals their car, it is a need. Someone wants to buy a new car, they're in a position that they can do it. The want versus need is a very big deal in today's market and the way it is, and not to say that they can order a RAV and they could get it in 2 months, right? They could get it in 3 months. They could get it in 5 months. It's all a matter of how fast we get it. But if they're in a want basis, they're in a great position to get what they want.
Yeah. From the consumer standpoint, the thing I want to share with everyone is 2 things you have to be okay with right now. You have to be flexible.
Oh, great word.
Yeah, you have to be flexible, and I know we're so used to being in a world of, kind of like that, have it your way. But where we are right now,
an immediate satisfaction.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. You have to be flexible in what you want. Meaning, if you really want it gray, it may take silver, or it may be white. I really wanted this feature, but I could live without it. You have to be flexible. The other thing that I will want to help the consumer with is there is going to be a wait time. I mean, it very rarely, I'm not going to say ever, very rare are you going to be able to walk onto and I'm talking new cars.
Correct.
Walk into a new car facility and buy a car and take it home that day.
That has everything that you wanted, period.
100%.
It's just not today's market.
There'll be a wait time. So what I will tell you is it's not the salesperson's fault. It's not the dealership's fault.
Right.
I'm going to say this, which is really this is going to go be kind of crazy for everybody. It's not even the manufacturer's fault. It's one of those things where it's no one's fault.
Right.
It's just kind of where we are,
right.
And we're that way with everything, not just the car industry.
Oh, it's everything.
Everywhere. You can't. Man, how many times you go to a grocery store and they're out of something or they're missing something?
Every day.
We're in a great farming community. You talk to farmers all the time, and they'll tell you, man, I can't get this, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Tractors are 2025 now.
Oh, 100%.
One of my customers told me, cannot get a tractor till 2025. Can order it, but it's not going to get it.
Yeah.
Doesn't know the price of the car in 2020 or the tractor in 2025.
It's a wait time, and it's uncomfortable for the consumer. I would just tell you, you have to be flexible in what you're doing and understand there's going to be a slight wait time. And when we're going to talk about this from the salesperson standpoint, there's some things that the salesperson can do to ease that process.
Right.
The consumer should expect someone to be in front of them consistently.
Communication.
So
yeah.
So what is when you say consistently? Let's say you've ordered. I'm just going to use BZ4X.
Sure.
Right. Full electric, new car for Toyota. It's going to be super awesome. I mean, this thing's going to change the game. Let's say you order that vehicle and your car dealership says it's going to be 2 years. What is your expectation as a consumer on contact?
Well, if I'm giving you money, right, to get the process started, right, which it takes money to get the process started, I would expect to have some kind of communication at least once a month. Wouldn't you? Even if there's no change. Hey, no change, Chad here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing.
Isn't that fair?
Really, I think that's a thing that's confusing a lot of people. I don't think we know. I don't think we know as an industry what the expectation is. So, I mean, I encourage you salespeople to ask. I want to be in front of you. I want you to be comfortable with the decision that you made. I'm not real sure when it's coming. I mean, imagine committing to $40,000 and you don't know when that $40,000.
Have no idea when it's coming.
Interest rates change all the time, things like that. How do you do that? So I think it's one of those deals to where if I was still in the sales side, I would kind of ask my customer about the expectation.
That's a good question to ask.
Yeah, I can call you every other week. I can call you every week. I can shoot you an email. You tell me. My goal is to at least be in front of you every other week.
Right, at least communicate.
Yeah, with an email or something. Yeah. And that email may simply say nothing has changed.
Right. And a lot of people right now, at least from what I'm experiencing the last couple of years, is texting or email is the easiest way to communicate with them, and that's what they want. They don't want to be called all the time, but they still want to know that you're thinking about them, that they're still, on the list. They're still waiting.
Well, here I tell the salespeople, this is what I would tell my customer. Hey, I'm going to stay in front of you every other week, whether that be by email or by text. Mm-hmm. When you want to have a phone conversation, will you do me a favor? Will you just pick up your phone and call me?
Yeah.
I don't want to bother you by calling you on your phone and taking your time, so I'll consistently email you and text you. Mm-hmm. So if I was a salesperson, I would tell them, hey, you know what? Just when you want to have a conversation or you have questions you want to speak about, please do me a favor. Just pick up your phone and call me.
Just reach out.
So as a salesperson, you need to be able to control that and get some kind of deal. But hey, fill your customers out. But the initial thing is you have to have some kind of process that keeps your customer in the loop every other week. For me, it's every other week. As a sales manager, I'm like, I want my salespeople in front of them. And yeah, man, if you're a really good salesperson, that you're busy. If you're a great salesperson, man, you might need a receptionist. Right. But if you want to be great, you have to do things different. Right. I mean, great is something that you earn. You're different. You're a different bird. So the expectation, you can't be great and just do the things that are required.
Right.
You have to
then
do
you're average or normal.
Required. Right. 100%. So the great people, they're gonna be busy. But my expectation as a sales manager is that every other week you're in front of that customer one way or the other, and just call me if you do that. So if you don't do that, then you have frustrated customers.
Well, then it just builds up. They feel like that they've been forgotten.
Well, let me ask you this. This is a general question.
Yeah.
If I ordered a car from you and I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks, does it feel like 2 weeks to me, or does it feel like 2 months?
It probably feels like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because you're excited. You're moving forward and it's a big purchase.
Yes.
So you you would assume, want to have communication.
Well, now that we've cleared that up, salespeople, just keep that in mind that when that customer has made that decision with you, that you have to keep that excitement level. And that's where this industry and the market we are right now, as salespeople, man, we got to work a little harder. That goes back to that customer service.
And it's not today's satisfaction. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. You need to earn that sale.
Well, you have to keep them engaged, but I've always said, I want to make sure that I give someone an experience that they buy everything from me forever.
Correct.
And that's just part of it. This is just making this a little difficult, but this gives our industry the opportunity to earn the trust of our consumers back. Because we know there's a wait time. What are we doing as a dealership to stay engaged? As a dealership, not salesperson, as a dealership to stay engaged with that customer that's been waiting on that car. Are we sending them information? Are we telling them, hey, you know what? Not about their particular car, but about the car that they're buying. Man, Camry's got this. Or just so you know, in case you didn't know.
Now, that's a really, really, really good idea, dude.
That's the way it should be.
That's a really good idea.
That's what we need to do as a car dealership and do that.
Did you know it came with this?
100%.
I like
it. If you're doing it
the right way.
Right?
Yeah, because we send them the spec sheet, we communicate, but to just talk about a little thing here and there to keep that energy going forward is a great idea.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're doing it right, think about how you can have that customer so ready for their car by the time it gets there. We talk about Toyota Safety Sense Plus 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, all those things. Man, if you have all that time to actually send this information to your customer, send them the videos of how pre-collision with pedestrian detection works. Send them a video on how the auto high beams work. Send them videos on these things. How does that radar cruise control work? I'm amazed how many salespeople don't know how to turn dynamic radar cruise control
off. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, sales managers, I'm calling you out now. That's your job. You need to make sure that these guys understand what they're doing. And if you don't study it and you don't know it, then you can't share it. So we got to make sure. If not, we're going to have frustrated customers. But since they're waiting, we need to get them information about Toyota Safety Sense, about Toyota in general. Are we sending them things You know, if I was a finance manager, man, I would be sending them, hey, you know what? Your car isn't here yet, but I just want to share some information with you about vehicle service agreements and how important they are. I'm also going to send you some information maybe next month on
protecting your car.
Yeah,
protecting your car.
But why are you not doing that? You know they're waiting.
Yeah.
You can't just keep sending them things saying, oh, I don't have any information. Do the right
What
thing.
is that saying? Those that are unwilling to change. What is that saying that's out there? They fall behind, or they what? There's some saying about. There is. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but it's right now. And you made me think of it because the habit of doing things that day or that habit of not doing anything is now catching up. And you know what's going to happen? Car deals are going to fall off and they're going to go someplace else.
100%, and we're going to talk about that as well. But one thing I'll tell you when I hear you say something like that, you know, I heard Denzel Washington say, I just kind of took this in and said, man, this is awesome. He said, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan.
Right.
And this is one of those deals where you know there's going to be a wait time. You need to make sure that you have a plan in place that you can implement from a salesperson standpoint, from a sales manager standpoint, and from an owner standpoint. What are we doing from all levels? Sales managers, just understand, once that customer feels like they're not being contacted, they've given you $500,000,
whatever it is,
they're going to become frustrated. It gets to your desk now.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh,
yes. It gets to your desk. So as a sales manager, I have to do a better job of picking up my phone or going into my email and saying, hey, I'm the sales manager here at the store. I just wanted to introduce myself. If anything comes up, I'll make sure the salesperson and myself both stay in front of you and send you information. We have to be engaging because we know there's going to be a time or the customers.
I really like the idea of creating a plan for a 3-month or a 6-month or a year or whatever that time may be, because we really don't know, of sharing information that is viable to the customer. I totally am in on that.
Well, let me ask you this.
Totally in on that.
Honest question. How many customers you think of our store? And I'm calling our store out now, right? You know what? I'm not even calling our store out. I'm calling myself out right now, right? As a leader. How many of our customers actually know what Toyota Star Safety System is? Do you know that most of your customers don't understand that in the winter when you hit your brakes and it starts pulsating and making all that you should keep your foot on the brake?
On the brake.
Most of them take their foot off, which disengages anti-lock brake system. But if I don't share with the salespeople and I don't share with the customers as a sales manager, man, our customers don't know. They don't know what traction. They don't know that if they want to get pushed off ice, they have to turn vehicle stability and track on.
Off.
Right? Or they're just going to keep getting their wheel system shut down. If we don't share that with them, but this is a great time, being that they have to wait for their car, whether it's a month or whether it's 5 months.
Right.
We should be sending them that information.
And you think about it too, Tron, you throw a lot at people when they're there the first time, when we're talking about the car. We may go over all of that stuff, but a year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it might be, to just share one simple thing each month besides hey, there's no change.
Yeah.
But did you know?
Hey, did you know your car was going to come with power windows, power locks, tilt wheels, cruise control?
Yeah.
Did you know that the HVAC system in your car has an auto zone that allows you to set it and just leave it? These are the things that we need to be doing as organizations.
We really should.
Because your customers
really
should. Wait. Are you filling in the blank? Because you know there is a blank there, right? We need to make sure that we're doing that going forward, and that's how you have great customer service.
I like
that's
it.
how you stay great, right? Have a plan.
Have the plan, initiate it, implement it, execute.
Yeah. We have to do something, right? You think about it. Our owners and GMs, man, what is the pressure for you? The pressure for you is understanding that these salespeople aren't selling as many cars as they're used to selling, and they're a financial strain, right? They're trying to sell used cars.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be.
Well, for years we were all about new cars. So everything we did was about we are a new car store.
Correct.
So now we're trying to convert, our sales staff to a pre-owned kind of situation, and we don't know anything about that. So some of your salespeople are financially strained to do that. What are you doing as a GM, as an owner, to make sure that those people stay on board? Right? Are you a great GM? Are you a great owner? Are you putting your arms around those guys, hypothetically speaking? Saying, "Hey, man, it's going to be okay." I'm looking at things down the road.
I got you.
As a GM, are you looking at ways to say, man, we know there's a wait time. What can we do? How can I support my salespeople so they're not frustrated with having? I mean, man, how many Sienna vans do you have ordered right now?
I have 19 still.
I mean, think about it. There's just 19 people
19.
just on one model.
One salesperson.
Man, I'm apologize to you right now, dude. I need to be helping you with that.
Yeah,
As a sales
there's a
manager, I'm a horrible sales manager, and I apologize right now live in Midwest Mayhem. I have to do a better job of getting out and helping you get in front of those people and sending them information. But man, if you have a customer that's got a Sienna, man, we can talk about the fact that it's got over 16 cup holders in it. And it seems crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But man, until you tell someone, man, that it's got kick, sensors in it. We should be sharing all these things. Toyota does a great job of, you go to Toyota.com.
It's out there.
Or you go to Toyota Engage, there's so much information
there really
you can
is.
send that customer before their car even gets here. Right? That's how we fill in those blanks. That's how us sales managers can help the salespeople. The salespeople, give them the information to do. We can also send that. Send that information out. So we got to come up.
There's got to be some kind of something that you can do, and it's not to fill the void. It's not to fill the void. It's to educate.
We should want to. I mean, you think about it. Okay, you deliver a car. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other. Not you, Chad.
I overwhelm people.
Cars.
I overwhelm people.
I watch you deliver cars.
Yeah.
What's the average time you think for a delivery?
I would say
real
not me, because I know I would say 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You think?
I
don't know. I'm guessing.
I bet you maybe 10 or less.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
If you want to be a salesperson that has consumers come back to you consistently.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use that word, consistently.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you allot whatever time it takes. And I'm not
I was
saying,
just going to say that. It's different every time.
Well, I used to tell my customers, I can touch every button in that car in less than 10 minutes. If you have any question about any of them, please stop me, and I would love to get into detail. There were certain things that I wanted them to really understand, so I took time on the HVAC system. I took time on the navigation, windshield wipers, cruise control, things that they use every single day. They're going to pick up some things as they drive along, using Siri and things like that. But I wanted to make sure that if they left and it started raining, they understood how their wipers work.
Right. And how many people don't even tell them how to turn their wipers on?
Oh,
it's raining out when they leave.
Well, I bet you if I sat in a room full of salespeople and I asked them what an intermittent wiper does, I bet you most of them couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But again, that comes back to our industry. It comes to our industry as a whole. We're doing a terrible job of educating our sales staff.
Right.
We're just hiring random people. Hopefully they're at least good people.
And you know what's really kind of neat of something that I picked up on after, and I remember y'all talking to me in the beginning about, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. You'll figure it out. Then one day it just kind of clicks, right? And you have that path that you go down following all the structure, but you have a path that you go as an individual A to Z, right? And when I get with customers, and it doesn't matter if they're 16 or 60, with the technology, especially in the newer cars, and I'm talking pre-owned and new, you will overwhelm every single person if you go over everything.
100%.
And I like to say to people every time, you can see it in their eyes when they're done, right? And then I just say, hey, do me a favor. I want you to drive it for 2 weeks, and I want you to write down things you don't understand and come see me. If you don't come see me, call me, and I'll send you a video or do whatnot or walk you through it. And you wouldn't believe how many people take me up on that. And they come back with a list. And it's a good thing that they do. Because, again, you're teaching your customer how to utilize the car that they have.
I have a new salesperson coming in. I'm going to use their name because I can, right? Because I'm bigger than whoever is going to get mad at me. I have a new salesperson. She's going to be unbelievable. She's going to change who we are as a store. Her name is Rhiannon, and she's really the one thing I share with her, and I'll share this with all salespeople. You are enough. We hired you. Yourself is enough. Just be yourself. When
be
in
yourself.
Doubt, be yourself. And if you can be yourself, no matter what happens, you're going to be fine in this business. She's got a great personality. She's going to be really, really good in this business. The fact that you're learning the product, that just comes in time.
Yeah, that's
it's
time.
Come in time.
That's time, 100%.
It's going to take time to get that. But man, I'm super excited that we're doing that. We can talk about this market thing forever.
We could. And there's so much more to the market right now because it's instabilities.
We should continue this. I'm writing this down. We should continue this conversation.
Okay.
we get so much time and we kind of get roped in here. But I think there's a lot to what we're talking about when it comes to this wait time. This is where we are in our industry right now. I would love to share some of the ideas and things like that with other people.
Well, I like the one you already threw out there.
Well, yeah.
I think it's...
So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you have any questions about what we're talking about, feel free to hit us up on Instagram or Twitter. That's at Wilson of Ames. Or feel free to reach out on Facebook or TikTok at Wilson Toyota of Ames. And if you want to get down with the big dog directly, hit me up at Big Strong. That's 2 G's when you're as big as I am. That's Twitter, and at Big Strong 1 on InstaChat if you want to holler at your boy. But hey, man, I appreciated Midwest Mayhem today. It's a good thing. I think we done struck a chord with this deal.
Oh, we're getting people
come back
going.
and check us out. I think we continue this conversation, my friend. Again, he is Chad Christensen. I'm Tron Smith, and this is Midwest Mayhem.
We're here to help people. Boosh.